Hi, I'm Tommy Pierce with the Neighborhood Nexus team. I'm going to continue giving an overview of Data Nexus, which is our data and mapping platform. It allows you to quickly look at data on a map or export it and make decisions and do the work. Rather, we don't want you to spend all your time Googling for data and trying to find it that way. And so we hope this is a good time saver tool. I'm going to show you now how to customize your map. If you missed the first part, which was the general overview, there's a link above me. If that link is not actually there, it's because I couldn't figure it out. I've never actually done that before and didn't know I was going to say that. So I'm going to jump into the map where I left off in the previous video, and we'll kind of walk through how we can customize this thing. Now, where we left off, we were pretending that we were an after-school program. We were looking at median household income with the idea that we were going to try to serve lower income communities. We're looking for households with no vehicles as an indicator of limited access to maybe after-school programming or similar. And then, maybe we can improve absenteeism. So we're looking at neighborhoods that have students that are absent 16 or more days. And so when you look at these, like say you're going to do a PowerPoint and you're going to screenshot these maps, you actually quickly realize that the household income is flipped. The area we're looking at is actually blue because we're looking at where lower income households are. And so if you want to do that, when you hover over these, you see a little pencil that pops up. You can click the pencil. I'm going to go to fill, and you can flip the color ramp, and you'll see that that'll change there. And that'll help you. Then you can take a screenshot where you're actually looking for the red areas. Now, if you don't like this color ramp or this color to begin with, we'll go back over to fill, and you can choose all kinds of from these sort of copper, like really cool looking ones. I prefer using, depending on the issue, but I like this blue one that's a single color gradient that really shows you on a scale what stands out. Now, another way you can organize this, we're looking at a gradient here from essentially 0 to 100%. You can do quantiles, and quantiles means you can divide this into 4 equal parts, so that the 2,000 or so census tracts across the state are now divided into 4 equal segments, and you can see what that looks like over here in the legend. But you can also go anywhere between 4 and 10 bins, right? And so what we're looking at now is a grouping. It's still a gradient, but it helps kind of parse out. You can find patterns a little more easily sometimes. Different data sets are going to look different. And then if you're trying to look at not really sure what part of town you're in, you're zoomed in, you can change this opacity so that you can see the roads underneath, and sometimes that helps navigate. So you can still kind of see what the heat map looks like, but you can also help navigate with the roads. And these census tract lines are pretty bold for what we're trying to do. So let's edit the thickness of those. We can limit the thickness. We can make them thicker. We can ramp that up, and we can also, the next trick is to show you how to change the colors. So you can do this based on what you think is most aesthetically pleasing. If you like, whatever kind of color lines you like, you can do green or whatever. You can do a hex code here if you kind of know your brand colors for your organization. That can be helpful. I like to do sort of just a medium gray and keep it thin. That's my personal preference. But this is how you can customize the maps. The other piece that you can do is to change the base map, right? So right now we're looking at sort of your typical map. It's got roads and some. You can make something a little more minimal. I'm going to zoom out so we can kind of see this better. So this is kind of your minimalist map. You can look at sort of the satellite view, which is, I don't know, probably mostly not helpful. And then we've got kind of your other typical maps, and we've got this sort of night mode thing. So it kind of depends on, if you were going to take a screenshot, you meet the aesthetic of what you're trying to go for, or you can get these nice reference points with different roads and whatnot. So these are the main ways that you can customize what your map looks like. And I'm going to sign off on this video, and we'll do some more on other features like creating subgroups and filtering down to different geographies, and then we will also make a scatter plot.